Hello Sagittarius and welcome to your Avalon Rituals reading for the month of May 2020. My name is Julia. Thank you for tuning in. This is for your Sun, Moon and Rising sign. Check out your other placements as well. And I'm going to use the Lenormand and the Tarot today together again because it's just such a beautiful combination for the monthly readings. What I want to do before we're going to start with the reading, I'm gonna use the singing bowl. I have my crystal singing bowl friend with me here, and it's the heart chakra note. So we're gonna have a beautiful little tiny 1 or 2 minute heart chakra balancing meditation, tuning into the energies, relaxation. If you don't want this, just go further to I would say 2 minutes 30 or 3 minutes. That's where your reading will start. And for everybody who would like to receive the energies here of this beautiful crystal singing bowl, just close your eyes and relax. I will shuffle your cards now, lay them out, and in a second you will see your cards. Okay, Sagittarius. So what you need to know, this is your first Lenormand reading. You are in this deck as well. You are indicated, no matter of your gender, by this female person here, while your love interest is indicated here by the male person. Again, no matter of the gender. Anything else? No, I think that's the main thing that you need to know now. So you two things that stick out. You are in the house of the fox, and in the house of, if in your house is the love. So when I saw this, the first thing that popped out was, I do feel like the love for yourself is a topic at the moment. Self-love is a topic at the moment, really taking care of your own needs. And this is where we're going now, because you are in the house of the fox, and the fox are your own needs. It's self-care. It's also can be self-love. It's about like taking care of your own needs first, which does not mean that you should be like ruthless and just like don't give a damn about anybody else, but it's about that you need to take care of your own needs first, and that's very, very important. And with a heart in your house, that could be that you are in love as well. That love is really a big thing at the moment, but it could also indicate self-love, and especially with the combination here with you being in the fox, I would say that taking really good care of yourself, your own needs, and learning about your own needs, and taking care of your own needs is very, very important in the month of May. Having a look around the situation over here, I do notice that your love interest is right in front of you. You would say like, it's in your destiny line. You're very close together, or someone is very soon coming into your life. What's between you? It's always good to have something between two people, because you could say, even if you would be closer, but then there is nothing between you guys. If two people are just next to each other in a Lenormand deck, it would mean, okay, they are very, very close, there's nothing between them. But we do have the star here. So there is something like a destiny energy between you guys. Also, the star is spirituality, so it could also mean that like this is the strong connection, that you have a strong spiritual connection. You're both interested in spirituality. Also, your love interest is in the house of spirituality of the star. So, and also the star means new clarity. So it might also be that there is new clarity between you guys and also about this person. Maybe this person has new clarity. Maybe you have new clarity about this person. So far, so good. Let's have a look what's around you guys here. You're thinking about a transformation. This could be an inner transformation, which is also manifesting then in the physical. This is also in the house of the clouds, so it might have been that something was clouded and you can't really see. When I have the clouds in the position of the mind, I sometimes feel like there could be something mentally going on, like having like mental issues, maybe not being able to see clearly a situation, maybe some things are clouded, are covered. But I do also feel with the stork in this position that there is a change coming into your thoughts, and maybe you're thinking actively about changing something here. What's below you? So the card of the lily can stand for an older person, in a sense of an older male person. Could be a father figure, a grandfather. This could be someone in authority. Could be someone who's very ambitious or very powerful or protective. But in general, this would indicate a male person. So this can also indicate the topic of family, the topic of maturity, or even sex. So let's see what's below you here. These are also things that, because they are below you, it might be that you don't really want to look at them, like you want to suppress them. So maybe there is some kind of sexuality suppressed. Maybe there's an issue with the family that is being suppressed. And then we have the tree here, and the tree is something which can in general indicate life. It's the tree of life. It can indicate your roots, your strength. It can also indicate you being rooted and grounded and very strong and stable. But again, it's like a little bit like suppressed here. And then we do have the rider, and the rider is some kind of forward moving, some kind of action here. So it might be that we have a topic here, because this could also be an ancestral topic with the tree and with the flowers as a family symbol here. So it might be that there is some kind of issue regarding the family, which can both be indicated here, and like moving on or moving towards something, or some kind of movement. And also the rider, which indicates movement and which indicates maybe even change coming towards you, or which could indicate messages coming towards you. There is something coming towards you that is like a karmic energy, because this person here, or this card, is in the house of karma. And going back to karma, talking about this now, we do see here in the middle of the reading that there is a karmic situation. It could be some kind of lesson, which doesn't always need to be a big one, but I do feel like with the cross here there is some kind of lesson. And now we do have the topic of the tower here, so that could be something officially. It could be the government, it could be official buildings or companies. So this is a building of authority, a building of power, which in that case could also mean that here is like a person, like a boss or a chef or something like that. But it could also be for you being independent, because also the tower can stand for your independence and you like really being strong and independent. But it is in the house of the blockage or the challenge. So it does seem, and also down here is that the mountain as well, which indicates challenges and blockages. It's in the house of work. So something in the area of work and independence might be blocked. Or stability could also stand for stability, that is kind of like blocked. This tower can also stand for withdrawing, for it could indicate a separation, it could indicate withdrawing. If you hide behind your walls and don't let any emotions in or out, that could be the energy of this. So that might be also a symbol of you protecting yourself and you withdrawing, but therefore also nothing comes in. So these are the topics of the life lesson, I feel like. And we do have something that is really deep in your soul, because the moon is also the depth, emotions, it's intuition and psychic abilities as well. And it can indicate also success, business success. So there might be also some, and the scythe can also indicate hard work and bringing in the harvest. So it might be that at the moment you're really working on your independence, your financial or your business success, and really putting in some hard work. The scythe always can indicate letting go of something, cutting something away. Maybe someone cut herself off or himself off, or maybe you are cutting someone off or cutting yourself off. You get the idea of this. So that can be a thing as well. Though I would say that with the energy of the deep feelings and the depth of your soul and something that is really deep, and yeah, I do feel this is about emotions, maybe being cut off emotions in a sense. Okay, let's move forward in this reading. In your house of love, there is communication. Well, that's in a way it's good. It's always good to communicate, and also the communication is here with your love interest. If you don't have a love interest at the moment, this can simply be the person who is at the moment the most important in your life, of probably the other gender. Okay, let me see what else. We have the sun here. Sun always very good, so it seems like there's a good communication, happy communication. This can also indicate contracts and paperwork, but something very positive, very beneficial here. As I've said, there's also the spiritual card. This can stand for energy healing, since we are already here in the topic of spirituality. This person thinks about work, about stability, but also there's something changing in their work life, very likely, as the anchor is in the house of the coffin, and that always indicates also an ending. So there might be something ending, and the person is thinking about ending something, or that was giving a specific amount of stability, or ending something work related. We do have the clouds here, so it might be that there are some confusions regarding the topic of the anchor and the work, that there is something not really clear. Yeah, coming back to you here, because you are also related to this card. We do have, as I've already said, the stork here, and we do have things that aren't clear, and we have commitments here, commitments, connections, contracts. That can be partnerships of any kind, friend, business, or love relationships, or partnerships. And it does seem, if I just have those cards, that there's something changing in your partnerships. Something is, but I would say with the storks, that's a good change. Something is changing in your partnerships, and maybe some change is going to bring some confusion, but also I do feel like there's also a lot of clarity coming in here. Okay, what else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, in the house of partnerships, we do have the fox. Fox has different meanings, as I've already said. Fox is your self-interest, so maybe there are some partnerships where you have a specific self-interest that could be one idea of the fox in the house of partnerships. It might be that there's a person who is a little bit like the fox. The fox, again, have the topic self-interest on your mind, and maybe there's someone who has who's maybe a little bit selfish, or has specifically a self-interest, and maybe there is a little bit caution that you need to be a bit cautious about this. Also, we have the fox here next to you in your immediate environment. So again, some kind of partnership where we do have, it could simply also mean, if this is not a bad intention here of someone, or if that is not your self-interest, it can indicate a tricky situation in a partnership, something where you need to be really clever. But we do have also your immediate environment here. Maybe there is some knowledge coming in for regarding the place you live at, or your immediate environment, your private life, something you will learn about this situation, and there might be some, as I've said, complicated situations, some tricky situations. We do have also here something related to money. So when I see the fox next to the money, I would always say, be a bit mindful of your expenses, but also having the flowers here next to the fish, that always indicates that some money is being gifted to you, and some money may come in surprisingly, or some money is coming in like a gift, or there's something related to finances that is quite nice here. Okay, so let me see, what else can we have a look at? The house of your love interest is here, and that indicates that this person might be a lucky person. There are happy coincidences. Maybe there is a very light feeling around this person, a very playful feeling around this person. Could also mean, because the clover can stand for not wanting to have any responsibilities, so it might be that this is a little bit of a loose thing here. But again, it could just only stand for playfulness, happy coincidences, or luck. All right, let me see what else. Okay, let's do something special. Those 4 cards are popping out. So there is a karmic lesson, or there is some kind of lesson, let me see, regarding communication. And there is something around your love life where there will be a key moment for you. It might also be that there's a karmic love in your life, and that communication is the key. So you could read it this way as well. Okay, I do feel actually like I will start to pull some cards here. Yeah. Okay, I do feel, what I want to say before I start with the tarot, that there is something coming in, there's some support coming in. That might be a friend is coming in, or as I've said, some kind of help and support coming in, which will lead to a new beginning, or to a new playfulness, or a new lightness. And there's also something related to the public here with this situation. Okay, you know what? I feel like I will just start with, the tarot. The thing is with the reading, if you have like a specific question, if you have a specific scenario, it's always a little bit easier to really get a lot of information out of it, because as I've said, this, for example, this person can stand for an older male person, it can stand for a father figure, a grandfather figure, it can also stand for the family, it can also stand for sex. So in that sense, if you have, for example, a specific question around an affair that you have, then I would have a look around this card. If you have a specific question around your father, I would look around this card as well, and so on. So if you book a reading, it's always, and you have a specific question or a specific situation you want to have clarity about, I would hardly recommend to really describe the situation to get more information out of it. Often people just want a general reading and are just curious of what shows up, and sometimes, or very, very often, it's the case that even in general reading, without asking any questions that you have will already be answered through the reading. But to get the most out of the reading, I would suggest, if you have a specific situation, just ask the specific questions. And I will always, if I do a reading for you guys, I will always have a look also what comes up and what pops up, and what messages want to come through as well. So what are the additional messages? What are the additional messages for Sagittarius? something from the past is coming back. This can be something from a past life or something from this life. It could be a person coming back. It could be something like a pattern, something that reminds you of something from the past, but it's more like a situation coming back. Or it doesn't need to be like a situation coming back from the past. It could be in a new environment, but a pattern playing out from the past, you know what I mean? But something emotionally related. So there's something coming back from the past. And also now we have 6 here, a double number, and it's moving away. I do feel like it's moving away from something from the past. Now we have the swords here. The swords are of course something mentally, so that's quite interesting. It seems like for some of you guys, something from the past is coming back for you to be able to move away from it. Oh my goodness. I know. So like today, the tarot is just so amazing, I have to say. A karmic situation, justice, the balance has been restored. That is really interesting here. And also what I feel like the last, 4 readings always had those 2 cards. So you are growing through the experiences. I mean, we all always do, but I do feel with this here, you were going through a really big growing phase of your life. And there were karmic situations that you needed to work through. Oh my god, and another card. You're moving away from something. So again, emotions. Now that's a little bit like the energy we have here. Something you are walking away from emotionally. And there is new clarity about a situation. Clarity right here. That was something you were immediately looking onto. So that's in your immediate future. So new clarity about a situation. Moving away from something. Moving away from something mentally. But maybe even making a move physically. There is a lot of... there is a karmic situation. Balance restored here. Growing through the experiences. We do have now the card of... first 9 is a completion. It's 9 of Pentacles, so that's a completion of a cycle, but it's also about after you have really put in some hard work, you can finally enjoy the fruits that you worked for. So that's really, really beautiful. So what else? What are the additional messages? Okay. So there might have been some illusions, some wishful thinking, or some clouds. Clouds, again, I want to say, we have the clouds here, right? So there's something about maybe that you couldn't see things clear, or maybe there's still a situation that you can't see clear, though I do feel like there is some clarity coming in, definitely. Oh, that's so interesting. The Strength card. So this is inner strength through self-control. This person is taming the lion with her bare hands, and I do feel like the lion is often related to our instinctive center, to our wounds, to our patterns, to our triggers. And I do think it's important that when we feel someone is triggering us, that we are not like lashing out and trying to hurt others because we feel hurt, but it's about to really control yourself and to be gentle with the other person, with yourself. And so I do feel inner strength through self-control is about I would say self-management in trigger situation, but I also feel like it says be gentle with yourself and your process, be gentle with the process of other people. Oh, and a decision. Okay, so this will talk about making a balanced decision. It might also be that you want to protect yourself from emotions with your mind because you feel like being left out, feeling of something not getting to you. That's maybe why you want to protect yourself, but I do feel like this is related to this. So inner strength through self-control and through self-management in those situations. Try to get into a balanced state again when you feel like you're being left out. And if you need to make any decisions, then make a decision from a balanced place, not from a place of lack. So what's the last message? The last message for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh my goodness, there is a transformation going on, I tell ya. Okay. I do feel like, okay, starting here. So there's something coming back from the past, but I feel like you are able to move away from something from the past. There could be a past pattern. It could be new clarity coming in so that you are able to walk and move away from something mentally, maybe even physically. The whole process here was a karmic situation where you learned a lot, and this is the confirmation with this card, because you expanded, and it is the card of personal development, of growing. So what else? I do feel also like there might have been some illusions, things that you couldn't see really clearly, but also with the Nine of Pentacles, I also feel like there is an energy in the month of May where you are also able to enjoy the fruits of your hard work. And even though there is a lot of like moving on, going on here, then with the strength card, as I've said, inner strength through self-control, when things are triggering, I do feel like you might feel like you've been left out, but I also feel like this is a pattern you might be able to transform so that this feeling, which might be an illusion, is going to be transformed here. All right. Sagittarius, let me know if you resonated with this reading. If so, leave a like or a comment or subscribe to the channel. And if you want your own personal reading, just message me on Instagram or on my website. If you have any questions up front, please feel free to message me. Otherwise, you can already book through the website. And I think that was all I have to say. Sending you so much love, blessings to you guys, and see you next time.